Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake. No,
Hey!
not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? Come for a minute, please. Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Was happy. That's not so sad
And then
story.
one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
What? Okay, this is interesting. Can I take a pen? Wow, I can type. I'm so good. Wait, not typing here. Wait, is there... Is there voice delay?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
No.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That memo? How many? Wow, this man can hack these things. Wow, what the... What in the world they are living? There's double disk on that computer. Double disk? I never see double disk. That's a high tech.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
How this game knows what I'm doing? Hey, there, what the? Hey! IBM, can you open? Can you, wait, what the? I didn't close that. Whose coffee is that? Okay, printer. Okay, we can open these doors. Do we just need to... We need to go... Hey! There is a solitaire going! Hey! Is it close to winning? It's a solitaire. Does it help if I change my head direction? Does it help? Ooh. Did we close all the computers? Maybe anybody there? How much is the time? The time is not the same as I put. Is it? Actually, wait, I'm not sure. Wait, there's a monitor here. Oh, wait, it was all... Sneaky. I think I closed. Okay, I go get my memo. Okay. I go there. I go here. I get this cup of coffee. Oh, so if I press E button, it do this automatically. Okay. Let's go. What have happened?
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
What do you mean? No, I didn't.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, go right. That was the plan.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Did we not? Did we go left? Did we go front, guys? I think we go now left. I'm gonna see this place.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
No, I'm here. I wanna go here. This looks more nice.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
There's no any option?
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
What?
No,
Hey!
not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
What?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Really?
When Stanley... Wait, what? No,
Huh?
No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Okay. Where we go? Wait, I want to go there. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Which one? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? You want to choose? You want to choose? Number 4. Okay. Number 3. Okay, sorry, Dynamo. Yonoke hasn't been speaking for a while. I need to pick 3. I'm sorry. Dynamo, this time only.
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Hey!
All of his co-workers were gone.
What
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It's okay, Yonoke. You know, hey, this doesn't mean we need to restart.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
What?
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Wait, this was the room where...
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Are you kidding?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so.
I don't know. You should know.
I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
What?
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
That's a line. That's a definitely line. But do we want to go there? That's the question. Hey, solitaire. No, we can play solitaire, can we? Okay, put that. No? Just use the key. Okay, guys, can you tell me why there's two discs? That other one isn't really disc. It's like some kind of... Other one is compact disc. The other one is... Okay, let's go now with the line.
You see?
For now.
The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well,
yeah.
I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
You know, this isn't right.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Fern. Fern? What is fern? What fern? Fern? I didn't never get the memo. Why I didn't get the memo? Where is my memo? Let's go, let's go. Where's the big plant? Thanks, man. Okay. Where's the big plant? Remember the big plant. Burn. Yeah, sure. There's so many big... No, go back. Clueless. I mean, hey, I just wanted to know.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
This is the room where we came from the beginning, close to it. Wait, here? Ah, here. So, you know how many times you need to go to the to the starting point. Burns are vascular plants differing from by having true leaves, megaphys, which are often pinnate. They differ from seed. Oh wow, that's so detailed. That is so detailed that even Deivian, like, brain doesn't comprehend. You talk like the same way as this instruct.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
No! How many restarts need to do? Come on! Okay.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Well, I wasn't planning. You were planning this. I wasn't even part of this adventure. I didn't even have a chance to write this story.
Yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Hey, what? How this possible? How this is even? Exactly.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
You know, I get sad about this person who needed to put these yellow lines here. You know how long he needed to put these things?
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
No!
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
No. No!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I have tried to go to the meeting room in the past 20 minutes. And this is where I go.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So I want to go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Good, that's the point.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yeah, sure, I take it. I took it.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Wow! Now we are calling. That's what I'm calling a place. Uh-oh. Can we drop down? Yes, we can. I think I'm going to die if I...
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. I'm not
I was
asking
thinking
for
that...
me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Her? Who her? There's nobody here.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to...
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Are you okay?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Huh?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Do I need to press this?
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make
This
the
is
rules.
so crazy.
I simply go to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, Dynamo. We are doing it now. We are doing it now.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
So, hey, actually, if I jump from the bridge thingy, there's a one option
All
of
his
the...
co-workers were gone. What
Hey!
did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
We need
memo.
to try one other thing in there. I think we can... That was a short. That was a short one, by the way.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Of course I did.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, true. So when we go here, we can go on there. But can we also go down somehow? Nope. We cannot go there from here. There are 2 endings with the elevator. Like,
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten
So
off on
this
the
one?
wrong foot here. I'm not
cannot-
your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have 0 consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
I suppose following
I don't
that.
know how to
Like,
convince
you can
of
like
this,
tell,
but
maybe
I
tell a
really
little
do
bit, but
want
like
to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
at least if we don't find it, like. But so what? There was. So this is at least one what we haven't done yet.
Now listen carefully, this is important.
Yes.
Stanley walked through the red door.
So we need to come here 2 times because we need to see that.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
No, we are not.
All
Good.
right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find
Wow,
out
there
what
is so
lies at
many
the end of
different
this
endings in
road
here.
you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I
There are
haven't
2
even
endings
finished
with the
building the
elevator
section of the
itself.
map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
How many endings there are? There are like many, because there's like choices like here when we come back here after I've gone 3 times in the blue door. Hello, Kirby. You woke up? You know, this game is weird.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
So,
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
huh? How long does it take you to get the correct door? Compete against others to improve your Stanley. You are objectively ranked. What? 9,320. Did you know that 21 players skipped into only the first 3 players chose the... Wait, is there some correct door? They tried this offline. You're super. So wait a minute. Is this some kind of really leaderboard? Or that's just like... Just wanted to show.
Would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Yeah, sure. I give you number... Wait, if I give number 1 again, is it going to be the same?
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Oh, no.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of
I think
course,
numbers don't matter to endings.
The game only
Okay.
becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Bye-bye.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
I
Because
just
if
didn't
it's
want
the
to
latter,
hear
well, I
that.
don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
Don't say.
Yes,
Master, really?
seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
So you mean there's an ending when you press that button 4 hours?
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our
Hey!
backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on
I have
innocent civilians
finished this
below
game
you
already.
from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
This is too much. This is scary, guys. This is too much. This is too much. No, really, this is exactly the This is scary. This is scary, guys.
Oh no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
There.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing. Wonderful.
game I
See, this
know.
is
I haven't
exactly
played
what
this.
I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Huh? Wow!
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
Master, really? In the original...
Yes. Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
Okay. What is...
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun? Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving.
No!
See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
No! Don't go! I want more balls! Hey! Don't tease me, my guy. No! No! Don't go! I wanna play! I still wanna play! Gonna go there. Sneaky. This is too sneaky. I guess I need to go someplace. Or it gives me 1 minute to go crazy. Let's try to get here. No. Hey. Can I press any buttons? No!
What are you doing?
What? Wait, what?
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back. You still have so much.
This is... Okay. I need to say, this is weird. I'm gonna go here. Huh? No? This is so nice. This is so nice. This is creepy. Now it's getting darker. The place is darker. So dark. Okay, there's a light. There's a desk. Can I go there? No. What is going on? Okay. I press buttons. Nothing here. Okay. What about here? This is... Wait, what?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Wow.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer,
Yeah, might be.
and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
What?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Can we go there? No.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
I can try to step on the elevator and instantly walk back. Boring ending, but another line. Okay.
Stanley walked through the red door.
But if he choose like...
Perhaps you
like now? Wait, or we go one more time.
Red door. I still don't
and now we go here.
Communicating properly. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Really? Ah. Wait. 2 different doors.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, this is cool.
If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy. No, wait. Where are you going? Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
So what happens if we go back? Wow.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here. No. What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here. Are you... You are going to stay here, aren't you?
This is so weird game. There's so many different choices. They have really thought about everything. Now we go.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you?
Actually,
no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing. No! Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment.
Again.
Now, can we please get... No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Let's go!
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Last time.
My God. Is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
We need to get out.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore.
I'm super slow now.
Get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Is this the last one? This is getting slower every time I drop down. Bye-bye.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
I'm going back. Okay. So there are like so many
when
different...
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Wait. Why did this happen so fast?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Maybe I just
The
went so
lounge
fast.
was grand, majestic, perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, let's do the elevator thing.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it.
Hey! Can we drop down to that?
Come on.
No.
I'm sure you'll survive the jump. Don't tell me you're scared. That's not the Stanley I know.
Hey!
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Why you haven't told me this one? Oh no, I get stuck. No. Yes. Hey. Hey. Huh?
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun that it seemed the office had begun was so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun was so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun was so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun was so far off the beaten
Wasn't?
path that it seemed the office had begun was so far off the beaten path.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
I didn't do nothing. Hey.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I
Can
can make
we?
it
Should
through
we
this
try to
door,
jump from
I can
there
make it through
down?
them all.
Maybe we survive.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Because, like, if I don't drop too high.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Ooh. Okay, so wait. So if you drop... Okay. Here. No! Wait, what? Hey!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in
Hey, I
control
did
of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good
I
job,
didn't!
Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I didn't even... Hey!
Even now,
Hey!
Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way
Do
to
we
the
still
meeting
try the
room,
blue
and
room
Stanley
or
knew it
red room
perfectly
at the
well.
beginning?
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the
I want to see
employee
if there's
lounge
something
first,
changes. Then we
just
go
to
here one
admire it.
more time at least, because there is
It was okay.
one place here what we haven't done yet.
But eager to get back to business,
Going
Stanley
this
took
left.
the first open door on his left.
I mean, there are a few other
Stanley
options,
was
but
so
I don't know
bad at
how much
following
you guys want. Do
directions,
we?
it's incredible he
Do you guys
wasn't
really want to
5
see
years
all
ago.
the options that I try, or should we just try a
Stanley, I
few
think
obvious
perhaps we've
ones?
gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked... Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time?
Let's see if this got to be the
problem
same.
is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running
It's
and
going to
running,
be
just
the
way you're doing
same
right
one.
now. Don't you
No.
see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop.
Okay.
We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Okay.
What are
No,
we looking for?
not this one.
Here. Yeah.
Can we drop down?
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
Finally got
I
up.
actually feel happy.
Someone, wait, what do you mean? Time to get. So wait, what do you mean? So you were here before, but now you went sleep like a little bit after, and then you came back again, and don't say we need to go jump again. So we can just stay here. Same ending. Yeah. So wait, is here only one ending? Or do you mean the same ending is going to the same door? So here is nothing really that much difference, even if we go here this direction. So maybe the right door we don't go anymore after this. Oh wait, one more time we need to go, because there's the one thing what we need to. Yeah. What happens if we stay here? If it's going to, is it going to restart after for a little while? Or do we need to go drop 5 times? In the other room? It only ends when you drop. Oh man, really? Is there any button where you can restart? The game again.
No, wait. Where are you going? Oh no.
No,
Stay away from those
no.
stairs.
What happens if I put the begin the game again?
If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley.
Yeah. Let's go.
Oh, no. What are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. My God. Is this really how much you dislike my game? You'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
Okay. Okay, thanks. Yeah, so you don't need to. Yeah, so it.
And perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
So there is not really that kind of progress thingy here.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way.
Or
to the
there
meeting
is.
room, and Stanley
There's one
knew it
more thing what I
perfectly
need to do in this place.
Perhaps he
At
wanted to
least
stop
one.
by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Wow.
And
Or
so
here.
he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. Can we finally get the memo?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
But I wanna go down, obviously.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm
Why
still
have you
lucid.
cleared only elevator
So,
endings? Oh.
he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
And then it continues again.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Loading.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
This is so creepy. Masher, I have done only now like the things in the right door. Like when I go here, I haven't go any single time left, I think.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
But I don't know, do I want to... What? Hey! This is new!
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
What? Okay.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial
This is
success,
cool.
it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Let's go! Let's go! New content.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Okay, let's give it a chance.
All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
What if I want to go here now?
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Hey! Wait, I can't jump anymore. No! Can you put the plug back on? Well, that was fun. New content. True. Stanley Deluxe confirmed to get jumped by Deluxe.
Stanley, I have to say,
I just wait the oryx
impressions of
first.
this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over
True.
1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley?
This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend? Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you some... Oh. You don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Okay.
Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
I wanted to say... Okay.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
There's postcards? Oh man, this is too much. This is too much. Good times. Oh man. This actually look fun. Dollar? This is so old. Oh man. Very nice. Very nicely made. Los Angeles Times. Stanley Parable, just tough choices. Oh man. Piano outside. What the? Hey, bench. Can I go sit?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Memories of maintenance.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Wait. Can't go here. But I wanna go there. Hey. Happy smile. That's good.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh man, are you kidding me?
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them. Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well...
Are these fake reviews?
Maybe
Or...
it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
I think these are all real reviews, yeah. That they are real. Okay, so they are real.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have
Guys,
to
I got
stop doing
back.
anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Wow, what? Okay. Is that the skip button? How much we have time?
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people.
And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic
They're all
of elimination
really
working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourish. Well, there's sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof! Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed. The end is never the end, 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 is never.
Huh? Uh-oh. Wow. Something has started really to happen here. No way. Come on. This is too much. Huh? This is so weird. Creepy. Huh? You played when it was just a mod? Which one was it mod? Well, which game it was a mod? Oh, we cannot anymore press the button, so we just need to go walk. Okay, so that was the end of that, okay?
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
I think we did... I got to test it.
You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Oh, actually it goes same place, I think.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from when Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Ah,
and
the first one.
perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through
one
the
last
maintenance
place
section,
in the right
walked
side at
straight
least.
ahead to the opposite door and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase,
last time I went
walked
down.
upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No, why there's 2 choices? Let's go here.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Nice that there's reading. Some person have been fired.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Wait, there are numbers? Really? There's one number up there. Wait, can you get... So you cannot get from here? Wait, this doesn't even make sense. Wait, do you even need to press those buttons? You can't even get here. I was just thinking only the way from... I think we just go here then. You should escape. Oh. Oh man. No.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Aha, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere
Story's open
moments
now.
until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness,
One,
only
two,
34
there's 4.
seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley.
Okay.
You're in for quite a disappointment.
I maybe try
But here's
one
a
thing.
spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me,
Nothing happened.
I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
No! Wait. I pressed the button. It didn't maybe work. There was the...
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct?
Sure, yeah.
Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Huh? What was that? Okay. Interesting. Input received. Not input. Input? Not there. Why it's so quiet?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered
Okay,
the
let's go
door
one
on his
time for left door. One time.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping
Wait,
he
what?
might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
But wait a minute. Left side was the same as going from the other door on the other place. So there is not that many anymore left on the content. Like on the... Hey.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
What?
simply missed a memo.
What are these boxes? Huh? Hey. A special delivery. This is okay. Interesting. We got one more room.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Wait a minute. I don't remember the place where was many
And so he
options on
detoured
different
through the
doors.
maintenance
Was it in
section,
here?
Walked straight ahead to the opposite door and got back on track. But Stanley
Guess what,
didn't want to go
Dynamo?
back to the office. He
We
wanted
got
to
one
wander
more
about
room, and
get
actually we
even
play a little bit
further off
RotMG.
track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go
I'm going to turn it soon.
from here. It's
Question is what we are going to do. Do you guys want to try one shatters, or do Deivian just pop few keys?
No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Dynamo, do you want few keys, or do you want to try shatters?
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What?
I have
was
lots of
thinking?
keys. I can pop few
It's
something
clearly-
if you need
Oh
something.
dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's
So
see,
this
we
is
went down
so actually I have
right,
almost
left,
go every place
down,
already.
Left, right.
I thought that the left side would be like a lot of
yes.
content still, but
I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way. No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to
so this we already went. So we have done almost everything in the game already.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't remember anymore where are all the many rooms. What was at the beginning?
When
But I
Stanley
remember it
came
was on
to
the
a set
right.
of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
But it wasn't here. Was it? Let's go check one time.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
But I haven't been down there yet.
Investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact
Let's
is
go one
that
time
the
here.
story
One
has
time.
been about nothing but you.
Let me get a little bit
all
RotMG,
this
a little bit.
time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm I'm asking. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
Yeah.
To put your work aside.
I have lots of keys. I can pop
let
to like a few
her
if you guys
back
want.
into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley.
No, this is the... No. Wait, I haven't... I don't remember where... I don't remember anymore where are there many door choices. It's okay. I think this is already good. We have our...
step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
But I gotta say that this game was pretty weird. Like really weird. So many choices. And it was fun. It was fun. I think we did most of the content on this game. Very lovely. Like it felt sometimes that it was like a little bit boring to just listen and, you know, like just go the same places and try to find the right ones. But maybe for more like some... Maybe it wasn't like Deivian game, but like it was pretty enjoyable. It was still fun at the beginning, at least. It was like fun that the things what the guy just telling you. But like, it was pretty fun. Rumster, a bucket? Well, I felt like I had a bucket in my head at least. Was it fun? Was it fun, really? It was actually, like, partially it was fun, but like a little bit afterwards, it felt like you just tried to find the other paths, and it just like started to feel like the same, but like a little bit different place. But the last place was actually fun, the detonation place. Like you can make a choice, do you put it off or... So it was fun. Okay. Thank you guys for telling that. That was actually nice to know. Okay, let's start.